So this is a deck idea I've had for quite some time. I really enjoyed playing the dangers. As soon as the dangers got revealed, I really did enjoy their artwork and their playstyle. So I decided that when I have enough of the funds, I'm going to build a pure danger deck, and I'm going to try to make it as consistent and as fun as I can. So this is a monstrosity that I've created today. Now this is my pure danger deck, if you want to call it that. It does include fables and it does include a few dark worlds, but that's only to boost the overall efficiency of the dangers. So I'm going to showcase to you guys my deck profile, why I play each card choice, and some reasons behind building this deck. So let's get into it. So before anything, it is a 40 card main deck and a 15 card extra deck. I'm going to explain a few of the side deck choices and just for the video, but this video shouldn't take too long. But beginning with each, you like to play 3 of each danger. So we played 3 Bigfoot, 3 Thunderbird, 3 Dogman, 3 Mothman, 3 Nessie, 3 Chupacabra, 3 Tsuchinoko, and finally 3 Jackalope, for a total of 24 dangers. Now the role of the dangers is really, well, pretty much the whole play style of the deck. The whole point of this deck is you want to blindly go second and you want to spam as many monsters as you possibly can, while trying to break down your opponent's field and pretty much just try to swing for game, or pretty much do as much damage as you can for that turn. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the dangers and pretty much go over each of their effects one by one. So each of the dangers there's basically 2 effects to the dangers. One is the reveal effect, and the second effect is the discard effect. The reveal effect is relatively easy to understand. You reveal a danger monster, you randomly set your cards, your opponent chooses a card. If it's not the danger selected, then the danger specials itself and you draw 1 card. Now the important thing to that is you can have 3 Bigfoot in your hand, and as long as your opponent misses those Bigfoot, the ones you reveal, you can continue drawing. So that means if you can successfully special summon 3 Bigfoot or any of the 3 dangers, you can pretty much draw. So their first effect isn't a once per turn. Their drawing effect is not a once per turn. Their second effect is a hard once per turn. So the second effect, I'm going to go by each one. Bigfoot, when he's discarded in any way, doesn't matter if it's cost. Anyway, any of these dangers are discarded, they get their effect. Bigfoot pops a face-up card on the field. Thunderbird pops a set card, a set spell or trap. Dogman reduces all your opponent's monsters by 1,000 attack. Mothman, when he's discarded, both players draw 1 card, both players discard 1 card. Chupacabra targets 1 danger in your graveyard and special summon it. Nessie allows you to add any danger card. Tsuchinoko allows you to special summon itself. And Danger Jackalope allows you to special summon a monster from your deck, a danger monster from your deck in defense position. Now, as far as the most important ones go in the deck, Bigfoot and Thunderbird, while their discard effects aren't that crazy, Bigfoot is really good for clearing fields, these are the 2 most important because they just follow how I wanted the deck to play, in that it just wants to beat your opponent down as quickly as possible. So putting up these guys are just how the deck does the most damage effectively, because Dogman, the only real reason you want to get him into the graveyard is to pretty much lower your opponent's monsters by 1,000, so you can just start swinging down with these 2 guys. Now as far as the best ones I consider from the deck is probably Tsuchinoko and Bigfoot. Reason being is that Tsuchinoko, every time you reveal it, you're pretty much getting a monster on the field. Doesn't really matter. The thing is that all their effects are once per turn. So once, for example, once you destroy a card with Bigfoot off his discard effect, even if he gets discarded 3 more times, 2 more times, you can't really pop any more cards. So that's the reason you want to maximize on all these as you can as possible. Now there are little things you gotta understand, is that you want to reveal the one whose effect you don't really want to activate. For example, you don't really want to reveal a Jackalope if you have 2 in hand, because you want your opponent to hit that Jackalope and you want to get that special summon from the deck so you can pretty much continue your plays. So if you want to reveal the opposite of the monster you want your opponent to hit, so that way if your opponent hits that monster, you at least get the most you can from the monster. For example, there's some instances where you're going to have Bigfoot and Jackalope in your hand, and you're going to reveal the Bigfoot just to establish the big beater. That way if they hit the Bigfoot, you at least get to destroy a card. You won't get to draw the card because, again, Bigfoot will be discarded. But that's the mentality you have to have when you play this style of deck. You want to show your opponent the one you don't want them to hit, but you want to be able to maximize the most you can get from the card on the field. So you'll never really reveal a Tsuchinoko if you have a Bigfoot or a Thunderbird in hand, because you just want to bring these 3 guys out on the top to pretty much start doing damage, and you want to get these guys' effect by being discarded. That's pretty much it from the dangers. Now what they pretty much do is you want to special summon as many as you can to kind of get cards into your hand, and just the way you extend your plays is with your link monsters and with beating down. So you pretty much play all the dangers. Hopefully we get some more cool ones in Savage Strike. I know we're supposed to get 4 more dangers at least, so I'm hoping for that. But yeah, you pretty much round up on 3 of each single one. So for the part of the deck that isn't really danger related, we like playing 3 the Fabled Cerberus and 3 Brow of the Dark World. Now these guys' role in the deck is relatively easy. Now when I was building this deck, I wanted every card my opponent to hit to be crucial, meaning that whenever I revealed something, doesn't matter what my opponent hits, they were going to hit something that will give me advantage because I'm going to be able to special summon the monster and draw a card. So the what Brow does is when he's discarded by a card effect, meaning that if you reveal a danger and they hit this guy, that means that you're going to be able to special summon the danger you revealed, draw a card off of that danger's effect, and then draw an additional card off of Brow's effect. Now Brow, you don't really, I found ways to utilize him with another card I also play, but his role in the deck is pretty much just to have another card for your opponent to hit in your hand, so you draw another card. So you're pretty much just getting all the cards you want and just pretty much being able to establish more resources to your hand and pretty much get as many dangers as you can. So you can special summon as many dangers as you can, because in this deck you really don't normal summon. So that's his role in the deck. Now the Fabled Cerberus is a really interesting card. And one thing, if you guys don't notice, he's a light, which kind of counteracts all the dangers. He's a beast, and also he's a tuner. But his effect is a really cool part in that when he's discarded, you can special summon it. So when he's discarded to the grave, just special summon it, meaning it doesn't matter how he's discarded. As long as he's discarded, you get to special summon it. So one of the problems I had while testing this deck, I really had a problem with problematic boss monsters, meaning like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and Thunder Dragon Titan really gave me problems because they'd just be able to pop on my opponent's turn. So if I made a link play, they'd be able to pretty much just destroy it. So one of the answers I had for that were Kaijus. Now Kaijus are relatively easy to play in a deck like this because you are going second. Now I only played 4, but I played 4 of the ones that I feel like my dangers can beat over relatively easily. Reason being is because I'm special summoning it from my hand to my opponent, so I could pop it away with Cerberus, or pretty much any of the dangers can get the job done in beating over these, except maybe Dogoran. Now also what they work in the deck is that they are all level 8s except for Kamungus, him being a level 7, which does allow me to go into rank plays. This is just pretty much for targetless monster removal. It's just pretty much for monsterless removal, for like so the role of the Kaijus in this deck is pretty much to get rid of any boss monsters I may be having problem with. So that's pretty much it, and I only play 4. Now for this deck, I do only have 3 normal summonable monsters. One being Tour Guide from the Underworld, because I bring back the Brow from, like, you can bring out the Brow because he is a dark level 3 fiend. So that pretty much allows you to go into some rank plays, and it is a very good normal summonable monster. Being at 1 just kind of explains it. Next, I do play 1 Cannon Soldier, because another problem I encounter with this deck is I'd be able to spam out a lot of monsters and leave my opponent to like maybe about 2,000 life points, anywhere from 2,000 lower, and I couldn't really kill them because then next turn they'd be able to establish and just start beating me down. So one of the answers I had for that, as funny as it is Cannon Soldier, because again, you draw into your deck with such ease because your opponent will miss, or you'll just be able to keep digging into your deck with a lot of the cards you have. So getting into Cannon Soldier, even though he's a 1 of, is relatively easy. You just normal summon him, do as much damage as you can, and just pretty much pop him off to finish your opponent. His role in the deck. Now I do play 1 Fairy Tale Snow, because getting her in the grave is relatively easy because, again, like I said, you're paying a lot of cost for a lot of the nightmares. Your opponent might hit it from your hand, and you also do play Curious in the extra deck, because all of the dangers are dark, but they're all different types. So making Curious is really easy, being able to send 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard, from the top of the deck to the graveyard, and just send Snow, so you have a disruption on your opponent's turn if you do not manage to kill them on your turn. So this pretty much wraps it up for the monster lineup. Let's get into the spells. So I went through multiple trials with this deck. I tried a Dino variation, I tried an Allure variation with a bunch of other dark monsters, but I finally came to the conclusion that the best draw spell in the game is Sekka's Light for a deck like this, because Sekka's Light, because you are going second every time, drawing into Sekka's Light really allows you to just draw 2 more cards. Even if your opponent ashes, you still have 5, and you're still able to shuffle any of the dangers you don't want in your hand to maximize the ability of your opponent hitting a danger you want, or pretty much to minimize the chances of your opponent hitting a danger if you have multiples in hand. So that's the cool thing about Sekka's Light, and that pretty much wraps it up for the 40 card main deck. Let's talk a little about the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we do play a lot of XCs. We do play Phantom Knights of Breaksword because Jackalope and Tsuchinoko are level 3s. We do play Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon because Dogman and Dogman and Nessie are level 7s, and a lot of the times you will be able to do a lot of damage, but you won't be able to finish them. So Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is really cool because whenever your opponent does anything, this card will just burn them for 500. Next, we do play one Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack for protection and for like target removal. So he pretty much special summons 2 tokens, first effect, then you can use the second effect to pop a token to pop a card on the field. So that's really cool with Draco Sack. I really do like that card. Next, we do play some spell negations. So we also play number 38, Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy. We do play one Speedroid Chimbara because, like I said, Jackalope is level 3 and Fabled Cerberus level 2 tuner, so making high Speedroid Chimbara as a level 5. Him being able to swing for 2 attacks is really easy. Next, for the expensive portion, we do play one Boral Sword, one Boral Load. We play Curious to pretty much send the snow. Use it to make some of the use the dangers to make it. One Decode for additional damage and target protection. We do play one Nightmare Unicorn, one Nightmare Phoenix for back row, one Nightmare Cerberus to pretty much give your opponent it, pop the kaiju you just gave them, and just pretty much do more damage that way. One Wee Witch's Apprentice because, again, all your dangers are dark, so pretty much just being able to boost them a little bit. And finally, I play one Mermaid because at my locals there are a lot of Gogi players, and when they Gumblar you, they're going to stop by giving you just a Nibbly. Because most of the time when they see that you're discarding dangers and when they see you want them to discard, they're pretty much going to stop with the Gumblar. And pretty much you'll just link away the ability for Mermaid. And I just really do like having a Mermaid in my extra deck because I really do just like having a Mermaid in my extra deck. Because if I don't draw into a monster I can normal summon, it really doesn't help my playstyle because it'll just halt it at that point. So having one Mermaid is always really crucial. And then one Underclock Taker for additional damage. And this will wrap it up for the 15 card extra deck. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a comment or a question if you have that down in the comment section below. I do love to read your comments. I do love to like pretty much talk back in case you guys have any questions. Join the Tier 0 family by hitting that subscribe button. And if you did enjoy the video, more future videos to come. But that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Hesma. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I'm out.